What's up, babes? Welcome back. So of course I'm gonna jump right into this video, which is in collaboration with Curlsqueen. I'm gonna be showing you how to get another protective style. Y'all know to know me is to know that I love my hair tucked away, nice, cute, something I don't have to think about. Y'all, we have done it again, okay? Curlsqueen is actually introducing their new water kinky curly Invisa weft. Am I saying that right? Invisa seamless wefts, which actually means that you will not notice a weft as much. It's going to be a lot flatter, easier to install, and comfortable to wear. Now, as you guys know, I am pretty intense when it comes to packaging. If I'm going to be spending money, I want my package to look pretty. Which, of course, the most important part is definitely the hair. But straight out of the gate, I did notice that the packaging was immaculate. They did put this cute little ribbon on it. And of course, once you actually open everything up, there are goodies on the inside. So of course, they typically include a little bundle, which is going to be like a detangling brush. They usually also give you some type of like reinforcement. So if you're doing, in this case, clip-ins, you are going to have additional clips just in case any of them break, which I definitely appreciate that. And then they also give you a satin bonnet, which, y'all, these bonnets are the truth, okay? They actually come with a little drawstring, so they are adjustable. You don't have to worry about it sliding all around and, girl, how am I going to tie this up? Okay, Curlsqueen has already thought about that part for you, which I appreciate. And then, of course, here is the hair. Now, the hair is nicely packaged. Typically, anytime you get any type of curly hair, or I'm just going to say anything that's going to be shipping to you, period, you are definitely going to want to make sure that you shampoo, condition the hair, get it truly to the state that you would want it to be so that you can get that true curl. But you guys can get a quick look at what the clips look like, and so far so good. Everything looks nice and laid down. I don't see any very long beards on the weft, which, if you guys don't know, beards are just like when they flip the hair over and, you know, to create the actual weft. You don't have to worry about that here. It's completely hidden. Everything is nice and flat and seamless. And of course, there are the standard clip-in clips, which you just slide in, pop open, and pop close, or I guess it wouldn't really be a pop. So I'm really excited to kind of like work with this, play around with it, and see what the hair can really do. Now, of course, y'all know I have to pretty much prep my hair. If you are somebody that wants to install clip-ins without having any leave out, you're going to want to make sure that your base is pretty immaculate. So in this case, I decided that I wanted to do a little crisscross pattern, kind of switch it up a little bit. And so that's exactly what I did. Now, of course, it's going to get really detailed from here. There's no need for me to really talk this through. This is going to be one of those things that you're going to want to watch. Take some time, sip some tea, whatever it is that you do in between time. So just enjoy the rest of the style. Y'all know I typically use the same products. So if it's not Cream of Nature, Mazzani, Bronner Brothers, it's 9 times out of 10 Edge Booster, okay? So lately I've actually been grabbing their Lock Booster, which is more of a waxy texture. If you guys are looking for something to really snatch up that hair, okay, the Lock Booster is definitely going to do the job. If you're looking for something that it's kind of going to be more water-based, a little bit of a lighter hold, I definitely recommend just using their standard Edge Booster, which you guys will know the difference because, of course, the packaging. So pretty much all that I'm going to be doing from here is just getting my parts and everything sectioned off nice and cute. Now, you guys know I typically like to start with the middle part. Middle parts are usually going to be my go-to to make sure that everything is even, especially if you're going to be doing this on yourself. It will act as a guide for you to know, okay, left, right should match, all that good stuff. And then, of course, I will determine where my other parts will sit. Now, in this case, I didn't just do like all crisscross rubber bands. I decided to do a little flat twist because I wanted this to be completely braidless. So I decided to actually do this with twists just to make this a little bit more, you know, beginner friendly. I know that a lot of times it can be complicated doing protective styles, especially the cornrows and the braids. So don't worry, y'all know Chrissy got you, okay? Now in this case, I did go ahead and just use the rubber bands to start out like a cute little design on one side. And then of course I sectioned out probably about a ½ inch of space just to do a flat twist. Now flat twisting is pretty simple. If you guys know how to just do a normal 2-strand twist, you will literally just connect that all the way through. Literally just keep grabbing pieces. Even if it ends up being a flat twist, it won't really mind. Thanks to the product Edge Booster, okay, it is water based, so it will hold. If you decide to use the more waxy paste, it's not going to really matter because it's still going to give you a solid hold. So the only thing that I will recommend is using a rubber band at the end of the twist, and then you should pretty much be set. So of course I did the same thing on the left and the right side. So once I pretty much had the first half of my hair situated, I was really happy and feeling myself at this point. Y'all already know we start getting real weird in the mirror, okay, when we start to like our hair. I know it's not just a me thing. But anywho, I did go ahead and start on the back. I did not want this to be too strategic. Honestly, y'all know I'm probably only going to wear the style for a week anyway. So in case you guys are actually wondering to yourself, like, Chrissy, how long will this last? If you're doing the twist and you do actually use that rubber band, this style should hold up for a solid 3 weeks at the most. I don't recommend going into a month just because the front of your hairstyle 9 times out of 10 is going to need to be refreshed anyway. Plus you want to wash it, you know, take care of your hair, right? But in the meantime, I will say it should last about 3 weeks. If for any reason you feel like the style is not working out, your hair is too silky, you guys definitely do a cornrow. You don't have to do this with twists. I'm only doing it just because I know that it was just a shortcut, and also for my beginners out there, y'all know I'll be looking out, okay? Once I pretty much got all of my twists set, y'all see this is not in any like perfect or defined way. I just literally did a 2-strand twist going all the way down, connecting the braids that were kind of at the top, or not even braids, but the areas that were at the top. I went ahead and connected that. I did go ahead and apply a little rubber band just at the nape of my neck to ensure that the twist would not unravel. And then I just gathered those up. I took a bobby pin and literally pinned it up. So I probably should have just like washed, conditioned, and allowed the clip-ins to air dry. That way I could have just literally stacked them and the style would have been done. Well, that's okay, all right? Y'all use me as an example. I decided to go in straight out of the gate and just start stacking the clips. So the clips will actually be pretty much combined in like Small, meaning they'll have like 2 clips on them. Medium, they'll have 3 to 4 clips. And then large, they'll have 5 to 6 clips. Now, obviously, because we are not going to be covering our entire head with clip-ins, you want to be strategic about the placement in the back of your head. So if you know that your nape area is a little bit smaller, go ahead and use maybe a 2 or 3 clip. If you know going across the middle of your head is a little bit larger or more space to cover, go ahead and use the 5 or 6 clip. And then, of course, towards the top, somewhere in between, you may be either going back and forth between the 3 or 4 clip in. I hope that makes sense. If you need to move them around, you totally can. It's not really going to matter too much about the placement just because of the way that we're going to hide the actual band. Now, I initially thought about doing this in a crochet method, but I didn't want to overcomplicate it. I mean, I wanted to keep this as beginner friendly as possible. So once we actually got all the clips in and we made our way to the top of our head, now we're like, okay, Chrissy, like I'm seeing the style, I'm feeling the vibes. What do we do next? So I actually ended up taking a little section of hair down from like the bottom nape area of the clip. And then, of course, I literally just applied a little bit of mousse, which the mousse got a little messy, but hey, neither here nor there. Go ahead and kind of dampen it with water if you feel the need. I brushed it out just to detangle, and then, of course, literally twisted it, 2-strand twist all the way up upon itself. And then I essentially took that little twist and literally wrapped it directly over where the band of the clip-in was showing. If you stack these clip-ins on top of each other in a curved way, you will actually benefit because you won't have to, worry about hiding multiple areas of the clip with your one twist across. So I hope that makes sense. If you need to kind of go back and watch the placement, definitely make sure to do that. I ended up doing the exact same thing on the left and the right side. So essentially I have 2 twists and I double cross them going either directions of themselves just to hide the band. And then I secured it with a crisscrossed bobby pin. So I used 2 bobby pins. I put one in one direction and one in the other direction to make sure that it's very sturdy and it will not slip out. And so from this point, I was like, okay, now we're on to something. All that was left was for me just to go ahead and dampen the hair, get it nice and soaked. So y'all know I always have a handy spray bottle, obviously for all these plants that I have, child. Little Plantarina. Okay. But anyway, so I did go ahead and just spray everything down. I don't have any additional products in the spray bottle. Sprayed that down, brushed it out, applied a little bit of mousse just to help seal the style. You don't actually have to use the mousse, but I know that I didn't want this to be super poofy, right? So initially when we first got done with the style, before adding any water, you guys got to see just how kinky curly the hair could get. If you are going for more of that afro look, hey, baby, do it. I was feeling it. I actually ended up doing some Bantu knots, which I wasn't really sure how I felt about them. They were kind of cute for a second. Y'all let me know how you feel down below. But I thought about overall, am I going to want to wear these small Bantu knots in the front, giving very much Egyptian goddess every single day, or am I going to want to wear something a little bit more relaxed? So there are, you know, you have options. You always have options. But in this case, I did go ahead and fully just drench the hair, allowed everything to really bond into its true form. And of course, the mousse is going to add just a little bit of shine and sheen to the hair, which I like it just because as it does start to wear. So like, for example, when I tie this up, literally all that I'm going to do is just put this up into a bonnet, put the bonnet on, go to sleep, right? Well, when I wake up the next day, the hair should be still a little bit more laid down than it would have been had I not had any products on it at all. So you kind of have a choice there with what you want to do. And then of course, you can decide that you want to allow this to completely air dry. Now, I don't really like to do that just because it can take hours. I mean, it is the summertime. So if you want to go outside, walk the dog, go on a little trail walk, definitely do it just to get your hair dry. But in this case, I did go ahead and take my Pattern Beauty diffuser just to quickly go throughout the hair. Y'all, this blow dryer gets my hair dry so quickly. Probably about 10 minutes or less. You guys will kind of see. I'm not going to make you sit here for 10 minutes, but just know it does the job. It cuts through the bulk of hair. So I usually like to have my curly hair about 75 to 85% dry whenever I am going to be using the diffuser, just because I like how it still has that weighed down feel and it's not like overly dry, because I do want it to kind of do its own natural little thing, get a little bit of volume going naturally. And then of course, you just got to keep your hands off of it so that it doesn't get a little too frizzy, because it's going to do that naturally. It is curly hair. You guys will notice I didn't overkill with the baby hair. This style would absolutely be beautiful if you wanted to do the swirls and the curls and all the things. Know your audience. Just do what makes you feel comfortable. Y'all know I gotta at least do a little swoop here on the side. But that was pretty much it. I mean, the style was super quick, super easy. If you have about an hour and a half, I would say you would be able to do this start to finish, washing, blow drying your hair, getting the front done, applying the clip-ins, and of course, setting the style. But then you now have a for sure style for at least a week to 3 weeks. Super easy, saving you money and time. And of course, the clip-ins are reusable, so you don't even have to worry about trimming them, cutting into it, doing anything like that. You are literally able to just pop them out. If you guys want to see how I remove it, I am going to record it just because I know that some people are like, Chrissy, how do I? I'm going to show you. Don't worry, darling. Okay. So yes, I will definitely film how to, I was going to ask if you wanted to see it, but I'm going to film it anyway. So I'll definitely make sure to just get it posted. Give this video a thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am in love with the style. I feel like it's just so put up and out of the way. Obviously, if you want to have some hair in the front, you can. If you actually want to take a little curl, slip it underneath your little rope. I'm going to call this a rope cover. I don't know. You absolutely could, to have a little curl dangling down the front. I tried it, but I didn't really like the way I look. I just felt like kind of kitty. So anyway, y'all, I'm almost 30. Can you believe it? Almost 30. So yes, I absolutely love the style. The hair is super lightweight. Everything feels nice and flowy. Obviously, the hair is not shedding as of right now. I will give you an update once it's time to actually remove the hair, just so that you guys know what to expect. If you guys have not already seen any of my other videos with Curlsqueen, definitely make sure to check out the micro links video along with the recently uploaded quick weave video. So In Love, you do a really good job of matching textures, more kinkier textures, especially kinky straight. So definitely make sure to check out the description box for any further details. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. Stay pretty, and of course I will see you in my next one.